So, ladies and gentlemen, Wargaming just hosted a live event on the Gamescom stage. They have their own very special stage over here. You can see a tank is over there as well. I recorded the entire thing, and they revealed much more information and many more details about upcoming Tier 11 tanks. So, in this video, I recorded the entire thing, but I'm going to show you the most important things with my own commentary as well. And let's have a look what update 2.0 has to offer. Even deeper look, let's say. The first thing I would like to stop at is actually the tier 11s. Like at first they went over the garage update, you know, the new UI. They talked about the matchmaker a little bit, and one thing about the matchmaker I still have a question about is...
The new matchmaker will result in more ±1 battles for Tier 6 and Tier 7.
This thing over here, it will give out more battles with a ±1 matchmaker in Tier 6 and 7. In the first original overview video what they revealed 2 days ago, they said, you know, overall about this matchmaker that more battles in ±1, which is absolutely amazing. I would love to test it out, you know, I would love to play it. But over here, they say for Tier 6 and 7 tanks, which if this ends up being true, this is kind of a bummer. I was expecting that in Tier 8, Tier 9, Tier 10, and now, you know, Tier 11 battles as well. To see more ±1 matchmaker. So this is... This left a big question mark to me, let's say. Then they went over some other features like new map, the new PvE mode, where you're actually able to play with the first tier 11 tanks as a PvE mode. You're able to test out 3 tier 11 tanks in this PvE mission. Then they talked about the personal mission campaign, the third-person mission campaign, and then they jumped into talking about Tier 11s. Like nothing new about the personal missions or the PvE mission, about the map, nothing new about that, so I'm going to skip this. You have already seen that if you have watched my other videos as well. They just reiterated that basically. The only different thing was the ±1 matchmaker, what I found out from the first part of this. But now let's talk about Tier 11s, guys.
More information, a complete deep dive into the Tier 11 system, and he's presenting it to us right now. Thank you, Sergej.
Let's go.
Absolutely, Michael. Let's go into more details about Tier 11. We have actually 3 core principles for addition Tier 11 to the game. First is to give veteran players and the new players the new long-term progression goals.
Yeah,
that's
content.
Is introduce mechanics that create a new gameplay layer and fresh metagame at endgame. And the third, importantly, we will stay true to the heart of the game, no gimmicks. For the first time in the history of World of Tanks, a new vehicle tier is appearing in the game.
No gimmicks, they say, but you know, this is kind of is a gimmick by itself already, you know, these specials, as they called it.
Yes, Tier 11. This is an important step, and it's much more large-scale than adding vehicles, branches, or nations. It creates atmosphere of discovery even for veteran players. All players will reach Tier 11 for the first time, where everyone can choose their own new favorite tank, find the vehicle's weak spots, and even come up with some new tactics. We're introducing no less than 16 vehicles. This number is required to create a full-scale new layer of gameplay. The new tier with enough diversity to form battle-balanced vehicles, types, and roles, just like we currently have at Tier 10. It expands and improves World of Tanks gameplay while keeping its essence and foundation. In Tier 11, you can feel the spirit of the predecessors in their branches. Every vehicle actually performs a familiar role in battle, but in a new way. So let's meet them.
Let's meet.
Tier 11 is the main new feature in World of Tanks 2.0. There are 16 unique vehicles of 4 types, 7 heavy tanks, 5 medium tanks, 3 tank destroyers, and 1 light tank.
And by the way, if you want to know which tank leads into every tier 11, check out my yesterday's video with a couple of tips as well how to get more experience per battle, you know?
Each vehicle has its own role in battle. Tank destroyers come in both sniper and assault varieties. There are heavy tanks with versatile, breakthrough, assault, and support roles. Medium tanks cover versatile, sniper, assault, and support. And of course, there's a light tank. Everyone can find something to their liking. The way to get Tier 11 vehicles follows the game's traditions. You open the tech tree, research a new tank for XP, and purchase it for credits. Nothing more. There's only one exception, the main reward for personal missions.
Black Raw. So by the looks of it, 325,000 experience and 7.4 million credits.
Of course, each Tier 11 vehicle is stronger than its predecessor, which is logical.
Yeah.
However, the balance is set up to provide a reasonable gap in effectiveness as tiers increase.
This is the most important thing as well. And the biggest worry I have heard every day, well, the past 2 days now, people thinking that, you know, because we do not have any information about those tanks yet, thinking that they might be too powerful, right? Let's see.
For example, the mouse could stand its ground against the Taschenratte.
That's
Naturally,
good.
the Tier 11 vehicles have good characteristics, but it wouldn't be enough to just create stronger tanks for the new tier. That's why we're introducing new mechanics that are unique for every Tier 11 vehicle. We call them specials.
So every single tier 11 tank is gonna get specials.
Each special mechanic is designed specifically for a particular 10-11 vehicle. This is what makes the new vehicles special. The mechanics have been crafted to highlight the vehicle's unique traits. These can be active abilities or passive buffs that activate automatically.
Ramming
For
tank.
example, when you press the X button, the Taschenratte fires a high explosive salvo from its 2 auxiliary guns. This significantly increases its firepower in addition to its armor.
So for the first time, we hear them actually sharing some details about these specials as well. And by the looks of it, the Taschenratte, right? It has a 40-second cooldown for the secondary guns as well, which are HE. And by the look of the caliber, those are not very big. So it is just like a little helping hand, like finishing off exactly what they showed over here.
When you press the X
The
button,
very
the
low HP
Taschenratte
tanks.
fires a high explosive
Right?
salvo from its 2 auxiliary guns. This significantly increases its firepower in addition to its armor. The ASXX40T, a successor of the Botchat, has received an external ammo rack.
So that's
gives
what
you
it does.
full control over the loading process.
Wait, so you are
Gives you full
You are
external
reloading?
ammo rack. It gives
over here reloading, but then if you exit the reload, you have 2 shells
you
left.
full control over the loading process. You decide for yourself how many shells will be loaded into your magazine.
So basically, you can cancel the reload and shoot the amount of shells you have loaded already. It's like kind of like auto reloader, right?
The
A
Leopard
little bit different. Of course, it's hard to understand from here.
120 Verbessert has a ballistic calculator that improves accuracy and gun stabilization. This
So just basically making it more accurate. Yeah? Leopard 1. Makes sense?
highlights and strengthens the Leopard's sniper role.
Don't be afraid. The new mechanics will not turn the game into a hero shooter. They aren't superpower that can completely decide battle outcome. These mechanics just add more tactical depth. They open up more opportunities for team play. This is a new gameplay edge, built into familiar rules of the game. Having special mechanics for each vehicle is a completely new approach to creating tanks. It means that all vehicles can have their own special feature and be different comparing with other tanks in the game. Each Tier 11 vehicle has its own upgrade system. It allows improving their characteristics and even mechanics.
The new upgrade system is being introduced specifically for Tier 11. And it provides a wide range of opportunities to improve your vehicle.
This basically is like field mods for other tiers, but called upgrades, and without any negative effects.
Each tank has received its own upgrade tree consisting of 25 upgrades. Small nodes give them
Small notes. Amorak HP. Increase the amount of damage the Amorak can receive before being destroyed plus 20% to Amorak durability. For example, on Taschenratte.
moderate boost to characteristics,
Moderate
while
boost.
big ones give a significant boost
Significant boost plus 100 hit points to vehicle hit points. So this is flat the number. I know that mouse, for example, from the passive can get percentage-based boost, right?
or mechanic improvement.
Reduces auxiliary gun reload time by 10%. Okay, so this is your special upgrade, basically.
For instance, the Taschenratte can get 200 hit points, plus 2 kilometers per hour to its top speed, 100 horsepower, and even a 20% reduction to its auxiliary gun's loading time.
So, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever, they have revealed details about upcoming Tier 11 tank. And what we can see from this compared to the before upgrades and after the upgrades, the difference is just couple percentage points, which is, in my opinion, a good way to do that. It's like the field mods, you know, the same with the field mods, but over at the field mods, to win something, you have to lose something. But on many tanks, the field modes are built where the losing part is way more irrelevant than the thing you gain. Plus, also there is the passive for every single vehicle role as well, what you gain just straight out. You know, the more levels you go higher. But the Taschenratte, for example, starts with 510 alpha damage, ladies and gentlemen. So it's just 20 alpha damage more than the mouse, or 30 when fully upgraded. So you can get over there, you can get extra aim, extra accuracy, you know, a little bit, actually significant DPM increased over here as well. So that means your reload is boosted somewhere as well, because that 10% or 10 point average damage increasement is not going to improve it that much. 200 extra hit points to drop speed, engine power as well, and the auxiliary weapon. Also the passive things, the Amorak dispersion during movement and dispersion during hull rotation. Okay, so what do you think, guys, about this first details about the Taschenratte, guys? All right. Is it too much? Is it too little? Is it okay? What upgrades give you? Let me know.
The upgrades will provide access to alternative loadouts and a second equipment slot, because the new system replaces field modification for Tier 11 vehicles. To unlock upgrades, you only need one base currency, XP. No additional complications. And you can unlock everything. You just need to choose what you want to get earlier and what to put aside for later.
The new upgrade system provides new opportunities and doesn't impose any limitations. This is a journey, not a puzzle. For example, boosting survivability won't come at the cost of mobility. You can upgrade your tank in many aspects at once, and each vehicle will have its own upgrade list. In general, Tier 11 gives player more opportunities throughout both in battle and the garage. After you opened all the upgrade nodes, your vehicle will get elite status and you'll be able to get the new customization elements exclusive to Tier 11.
Tank looks matter, and this aspect is not ignored at Tier 11. Play in your vehicle of choice, increase elite levels, and get access to new unique customization elements. Stat Tracker shows everyone around how many tanks your vehicle has turned into wreckage.
All right.
New volumetric styles add depth to vehicles' texture without changing their external geometry. Separate customization elements for gun barrels, camo nets, protective covers, inscriptions, and much more. All this is more than just cosmetics. First off, it's an additional incentive to play in your favorite vehicle. And besides that, it shows you've played many battles in this tank and know how to use it.
So let's sum up this topic. Tier 11 will charge into World of Tanks with the release of Update 2.0, actually very soon. It will add a new layer of gameplay where each tank equals unique play style, each with its own mechanics, own upgrades, and its own way to victory. At Tier 11, the game works by the usual rules, but the battle feels fresh. Tier 11 is easy to jump into since the foundation is actually familiar and clear. But at the same time, each battle will bring new situations, new challenges, and new excitement.
But there's also, Sergey, there's obviously a question. With so much focus on Tier 11, can you basically address our community and assure them that it's not all about Tier 11 moving forward, but all the other vehicles that we have in the game and our players unlocked over time are still very valuable?
Good question. But let me be clear. Tier 11 is not a shift in focus. It's an expansion. We are not leaving any part of the game behind. All current tiers will remain fully supported. Our goal is consistent organic integration, not disruption of the game. We are not here to replace the game you love and at any tier. We're here to build on it, give you more what you enjoy with deeper strategy, more variety, and room to grow. What I would like to say that be sure we are not actually force any meta shift and would like to see the natural evolution. Tier 11 introduces a huge set of new mechanics, and we would like to see how the player will adapt to this content, what strategy they will invent. Meanwhile, Tier 11 should be filled with more vehicles to increase diversity. When we gather the first data and the players' feedback, we have to make a set of adjustments and tweaks. At some point, that includes evaluating Tier 11 vehicles as a possible suitable format for competitive activities like Clan Wars, Onslaught, or any other high-level content, but not now.
So basically, the Onslaught continues to be for Tier 11, for Tier 10s, the Clan Wars as well. If you have the meta tanks built for that, set up for that, it will still be the case until further notice, basically. So I would say for 1 year, I would be very surprised if they would do any changes or any shifts in the competitive game from Tier 10 to Tier 11 before 1 year. I would be very surprised. So That still remains for tier 10s.
And allow me another question, a bit
which is smart
apart
thing
from
to do,
the
of
tier
course.
11 topic. You know, I go to many player-facing events, and a few weeks ago I was with a team actually at Tankfest in Bovington, and we are talking to a lot of players there. And one of the very frequent questions is still basically, when are we adding new tech tree lines, but more importantly, when are we planning to introduce new tank nations? So could you maybe enlighten us a little bit what our vision or your vision on this one is, please?
Of course, I like new lines and nations, but right now our first priority is finalizing the existing lines with tier 11 vehicles and balancing release tanks and mechanics. New nation and tech tree lines? Yes, possibly yes, but only when our foundation is solid.
So basically you just mentioned rebalancing. I know that our team was working a lot on rebalancing. Can you maybe tell us how much work has been done for 2.0 and make it the best possible player experience?
Of course, it was a huge amount of work. The vehicle rebalancing in a 2.0 is by far our biggest ever. We're talking about it more than 10,000 lines of adjustments. We have fixed some of the most persistent pain points players have raised over the years.
Oh my God, Sergey, I think you just put David in a lot of trouble on the live stream because Sergey just said that we fixed all of the main pain points in our game. That's obviously something that we consistently try to do and are successfully doing, and especially with 2.0, but it's still a very bold statement. You need to elaborate a little bit on this one so that David can actually survive our live stream.
Sure, let's help him. I will explain the logic. First of all, we had to fix all major issues with the progression before adding tier 11, especially experience on
stock
tanks.
tether, huh?
Remove some legacy models and limitations. Review the current state of all classes and fix what is needed. For example, HP of light tanks, some mid-level vehicles, and underperforming lines. From now on, stock vehicles will all have better firepower, better mobility, and much more enjoyable experience as you climb through the tiers. And it's only the beginning. We'll be watching and listening closely for issues, and we'll continue to refine things in future phases. What I would like also to inform you, something super new. There was no any news about two topics. Of course, we will improve some set of the premium tanks, but what is more important, first one, we will reduce the price for tier 8 and 9 premiums. The final price will depend on the current price range, with the most expensive tanks getting the biggest reduction. You can find the detailed information in the topic article on our site soon. Second, we will increase the credit farm for tier 9 premium vehicles to compensate the high repair cost and supply cost.
Awesome, that's good news. And I have a question
that's
actually
good news
that goes
indeed.
back to the beginning of the presentation, when you were actually presenting our new garage and user interface. I saw that you have a new tool in the garage where players are actually seeing tanks in different colors. It's basically a so-called armor inspector. And I think it's a great idea that we are putting it into the game, but can you elaborate a bit why we actually did this and why it's a good idea?
Sure. And we are really excited to introduce what we call the armor inspector. Starting from 2.0, you can click at any accessible tank and check its 3D armor map. From there, you can rotate and plan your shot points and angles before rolling out. This is very important information for any player who tries to learn the game. We want to inform our players about specific weak and strong points of the selected tank. This is not the last iteration. We will gradually implement some improvements with the time. The added benefit is that your own tank, you will be able to see what areas to hide, which spots are safe to expose, and what you need to protect. That way you are leading your tank into the battle with a game plan, not just a guesswork.
And basically there was a connection as well. So the armor flashlight allows us to check actually vehicles, tanks in the hangar, learn their weak spots, learn where to shoot, penetrate, or actually where not to shoot. But I know that we have also a tool actually in-game, right? And now we're kind of introducing this 2.0, the brand new armor flashlight, an improved version actually of something that's already exists. Could you elaborate on this one as well a bit, Sergey?
Sure. This actually is a second part of one topic about improvement of the learning curve. Starting from 2.0, you can enable the armor flashlight with an essential evolution of the current penetration indicator. It will help players to learn the game, but of course there is a set of limitations for this feature. It works only in sniper mode, with a special distance limit. The size is pretty small and it takes time to aim and appear, because we would like to help the learning process, but we would like to leave the gap for armor knowledge to be a value and for advanced players to have an advantage.
Sergey, we have to come to an end because we have a pretty strong lineup coming. Maybe you can address one few last words about your vision for 2.0 to our audience here and into the stream.
I'm really happy to see you there, and I would like to tell that it was a big of a journey to bring this patch to you, our players. And this isn't the finish line. It's the starting point for our next chapter in World of Tanks. Update 2.0 was built alongside all of you, our players, our community, our creators. Your feedback helped us to find those upgrades, essential quality of life changes, and form the foundation for our strong future. Tankers, thank you. Thank you for your passion, dedications.
Sergey, thank you very much for being here with us and for your presentation.
So hopefully it is indeed going to be the foundation for big developing from here on with new things, improved things, new maps, improved maps, and so many things. The armor flashlight in the game, this thing over here, I'm still not sure. I think it is too big, like to cover the entire aiming circle. It's too big. You know, it's mainly aimed for the new players as well. I do like that it has some delay to it, need to aim in, so if you have the armor knowledge, you can just point and click, but you know, you still need to aim in your shot, but you can already pre-aim to the position that you know you can penetrate, right? So that's the advantage over there. Is this going to change the game? I do not think so, but you know, it's a little bit controversial over here. So a bunch of news for tier 11s as well. Premium tanks getting cheaper, which is always a good thing to see. Gold premium tanks for gold, you know, lower tech trees cleaned up. Yeah, like this is what we have seen already previously as well. So bunch of news about tier 11s and the first details about the Taschenratte, actually. Where was that? Right over here, right? Yeah, this one right over here. So what do you think about all of that, ladies and gentlemen? Please let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for your attention. And yeah, I keep you posted whenever I have more information, more tanks that I have details about. I will for sure let you know. Until then, I thank you for tuning in. Hit the subscribe button so you do not miss any videos, and stay awesome, guys. Bye bye.